Jam on, Marina.
Back in Lefkada. Kopraina, I believe it's called that. It is very quiet, like so quiet. I don't think we've been tied to a town quay that was this quiet. Apart from, I mean, you can hear the rooster in the background. There's a few people just over there fishing or something. There's a few boats here. Currently, I'm super excited to see, and I hope that they turn up over there in the wetlands, just over there. Flamingos come. Now, I have never seen flamingos in the wild, so that would be super cool. Might be the wrong time of year, I don't know. Somebody on the Navally app did post a picture of flamingos recently, so maybe we'll see some, maybe we won't. It's a bit annoying when you can't see everything that you want to see. That there behind me is like an altar for somebody. Yeah, there's lots of those around Greece. They're everywhere, like literally. We see a lot on the highways, so I'm kind of guessing that they're like, in Australia we have crosses on the side of the highway where people have had accidents and died. So yeah, it might be that, I guess. It is, I've got the sun right in my face at the moment, so I can't really see if I'm filming myself properly. As you can see, I've got my boat clothes on. They're a bit, they're not dirty, let's say they're not dirty, they're just crinkly. There's not a lot of space in my wardrobe, so a lot of stuff is just kind of squished in. And when I do hand washing, which is quite often lately, it kind of just, I think maybe we don't let it dry enough. And it ends up being a bit crinkly when we put it away. Anyway, this is the town. I will show you. It will literally take me 2 seconds. Okay. that there just behind me is the taverna, and the museum. I'm not sure what that building is there, but that's it. I think I read somewhere that this town used to be a place where the boats would come in with supplies and they would load up these wagons. See, there's like kind of like train tracks here, and there's wagons just there. So I think those are the wagons that used to get filled up with the supplies from the boats, and they would be delivered somewhere else by, I guess, horse and cart or trucks or whatever was around then. I haven't done much research on this area. I think I'm just going to walk around the museum buildings. Everything is locked, so it doesn't really matter. It's just nice and shady in here. Still smells like goats and sheep have been in here. You kind of get used to that smell. In the small towns, everything kind of smells. It's not a sewage smell. It's definitely farm animals. Farm animals have been around, and that is exactly it. Shepherds bring their sheep and their goats and their cows through the middle of town, and of course those animals do what they usually do, what comes natural. And unlike picking up dog shit, the other shit gets left on the road. So yeah, that is it for Kopraina, really. It's beautiful though. It's nice to be somewhere so quiet. I mean, last night we were in a place that was supposedly really quiet. And we ended up having fireworks, and at about 11:30 fireworks were going off at the beach, and then there was loud music going until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's not always as it seems. I mean, we spent a couple of nights in Venitsa. Didn't hear anything. I mean, there was boats all around us. We were tied to the town quay there, right next to all the buildings, next to the restaurants and everything. There was no loud noises. It was really quiet. It was nice. I really like these little towns. This is great. So I've literally been spending the whole day just we sailed here, which was fantastic. Spent about 3 hours sailing, which was really good. I think we were doing about 6 or 7 knots for about 2 hours, and then the last hour was about 3 or 4 knots, which is kind of slow, but it is so much better than listening to the engine going all the time. Just outside this taverna, pretty sure it's open. We'll find out. Apparently there is 96-year-old who works in the taverna. That is what I read on the Navily app. The Navily app is an app where people write down what they thought of an anchorage or what they thought of a marina and just the things that are available in the area. For instance, if there's water or electricity or supermarket, gas, just all the things that people on boats would be looking for or could possibly need at that time when they're there. So, you know, when somebody comes through and they find gas and nobody's mentioned gas on that anchorage, then somebody will leave a review and say, yeah, we got gas here, it was refillable, or we had to swap the gas bottle, or, you know, anything just to help out other sailors. Just going to go and sit over at those chairs there while I talk to you. So what else can I tell you? Right, so the area we have been sailing in at the moment is very close to the place that we will be leaving the boat in October. We will be leaving the boat to winter it on the hard, up on stilts and out of the water until April next year. It will be Actio Marina, which is the place that we bought the boat last year. So it's going back to where it has spent several years. It was there during COVID and everything like that. So we are very close to there, although we won't be staying in this area very long. We'll probably go up to Albania for a couple of weeks. Just so we can reset our Schengen time. So if I haven't already explained, Schengen time is 90 days out of 180 days. That's what an Australian or a UK citizen gets, and the US citizens get that as well. So basically, if you're not an EU citizen, you get about 90 days out of 180 to spend in the EU. And then there's the EU countries that are a part of the Schengen. So you can only spend 90 days in the Schengen area as well. So for instance, Greece, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, pretty much everywhere except for Cyprus, Albania, Montenegro and Bulgaria, I believe, are a part of the Schengen. So once you get to 90 days, you have to leave, and you have to leave for 90 days. So you're only allowed to be in a Schengen area for 90 days within a 180-day time period. So you can stay for 2 weeks in Greece, and then go spend 2 weeks in Albania, and then 2 weeks in Italy, and then 2 weeks in Montenegro, and then 2 weeks in Croatia, and do it like that. That way you can spend 6 months and just spend half of the time in the Schengen area. But otherwise, like us, we've spent 3 months in Turkey and then had to leave Turkey, come into Greece, spend 3 months, and then we have to leave for 3 months. But instead of leaving for 3 months, we are going to leave at about 2.5 months, maybe not even that, and then have 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks in Albania, and then come back to Greece so that we have time to check out and put the boat up on the hard. It all sounds very confusing, I know, and it's not fun. But anyway, that might be different next year when we do this, which I will be able to tell you about next week, and why it could be different, but that will all depend on what Clay and I decide to do next year. But yes, so for many UK citizens who were happy to stay in the EU are a bit annoyed with Brexit, because now a lot of them who own boats here in Europe now they need to leave Europe, so they can only really sail for 3 months and they have to leave. Whereas before, when they were part of the European Union, they could stay for as long as they liked. It can be quite annoying, and sometimes when you think you're going to go over the time, you get a bit anxious about whether you're going to get a fine or something. I can hear lambs. Oh, I can see chickens. Let's have a look at the chickens and the lambs. And I believe that there's also pheasants. How amazing. Can you see them there? I have a feeling that if we eat at the taverna tonight, one of these animals might be our dinner. Sounds a bit horrible, huh? But suppose if you're going to eat meat, it might as well be fresh, and you know what? They're not in a factory farm. They are free range. They're all, I mean, there is fence there, but I believe that is for the olive farm, so you know what? The olives aren't free. But the chooks and the horses and the cows and the sheep have all been just wandering around. Oh my god, I've got to show you this. You know what? I just told you this whole big story and I didn't press start. Of course. Dumbass, right? So I'm just going to walk back over here and walk past your yard again, the 96-year-old lady who works at the taverna, because I totally fucked up. Sorry about the language, but that's how I feel. I feel like I fucked up. I walked all the way around the taverna, saw this really cool chalk, took a video of the pomegranate plant, which I thought I took a video of, which I didn't. So luckily this town is so small, it doesn't really matter. I was saying too that this would be a fantastic place if you wanted peace and quiet to like write a book or something, or like do some inner work, you know, like some spiritual stuff where you just wanted to be absolutely alone. So pomegranates, see right there behind me. I'm glad that I got the cows and the miniature horses, and what else did I get? The chooks. So now I'm just going to pass the taverna. Oh, here come all the goatees. There's your yard.